Welcome back. This next match, absolutely key for Team USA. It's mission critical for the Americans. They've got to get some points on the board. The magic number is 19, and Europe are only 4 away. Time for our next match with Cass Edwards and Wayne Boyce.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. We're also joined here by the former US team captain, Tim Mack. Currently, Tim, 15-9 for Europe. If they are to take this and make it 3 in a row, it is going to be an awfully long way back for the USA. They'd almost have to be perfect now to the end of the evening session.
That's right, Wayne. As you said, 15-9 is a daunting task. There's been some big comebacks in the Weber Cup history. I remember one time we were down 15-10 and we were able to come back. So I would like to think that this match here, you know, I've been in the booth a couple of times. I keep saying it's a must-win. I got to think this might be another must-win for the USA. The USA's sent out Parker, who's just coming off the lane in a really tough match against Jesper. And as Guy Kaminsky stated earlier, guys, you know, Marshall didn't get a chance to throw a lot of first ball shots out there. So the key will be if they can find some cohesion amongst themselves, and if they can, you know, the USA is going to have to really put all their guns in the barrel here, because you know Stuart Williams and Barrett are going to come out firing 100%.
But the real joker for Team Europe this year, you were talking about it before we went to air, Jesper Svensson, sensational debut.
I mean, sometimes you forget that he's 21 years old, and but way mature beyond his years, has been bowling incredible these last couple of this last 2 years for sure. And you know, he's gotten really comfortable out here in the Weber Cup lane, and hats off to him. The guy's just been phenomenal. He's been sensational.
Stu Williams bowling for the first time on the final day of Weber Cup 2016, averaging 250, a strike rate of 65%, 26 strikes overall. And
like we talked about, guys, strikes are the most important in this format, Wayne, so 65%'s got to be one of the higher striking percentages for sure.
Europe won in the first doubles today.
Look at this luck.
Oh, get it.
No, it almost went down.
Well, it was the 4-9 to start with. The 4 went and almost took the 9 with it. It is Scotch doubles, and so it's Dom Barrett that's going to have to take this spare. But yeah, Europe nearly opened up with the strike there.
Yeah, as Cass, perfect example here. You see the pin hit the 4, and it just tickles the 9, and it wiggles at him, but doesn't fall down.
So it is a spare from Barrett.
I think momentum's key early, guys. They're starting with Marshall, which I think is good. Get him some confidence, get him going. Hopefully put a strike on the board. Parker's already pretty loose, relaxed and loose. So it's going to be really on Marshall's shoulders here early to get the Team USA going with hopefully a good shot out of the gate here.
Yeah, as you were saying, in the last doubles with Troop, he barely had a look at a full set of pins. Just taking hits and spares. That's a great shot though, and it's all 10.
Great shot from Marshall. The good thing, he's young and he's in shape. He takes care of himself in the gym. This sport's physically demanding on himself, and he comes out and he makes a really good shot after kind of sitting on the bench here for a while, you know. So hats off to Marshall for coming out and making a good shot.
And especially on a freshly dressed lane. Brand new oil.
45 feet, guys. That's a lot of oil down lane.
Better shot from Williams this time.
Yeah, it looks like Stu just got through he got through that one at the bottom a little bit. Stu doesn't like to follow through long, but his hand is so soft at the bottom. He's able to manipulate this ball roll and his speed. He's got great touch at the bottom. As you see, the ball comes in, the 6 pin comes off the wall, slaps to 10, and obviously the Europeans loving it. Listen, these guys are experienced. They bowled in this event how many times, Cass? I mean,
oh crikey, I think Stu's on about 5 or 6, and Dom's on I think double figures almost.
Yeah, but I'm saying doubles. They bowled a lot of doubles matches.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They really got good cohesion together. I was a little bit right of target, Wayne. A little bit wide of target, and you know, he leaves the 6 pin there. It shouldn't be a problem for Marshall to pick up, but the USA obviously was hopefully to capitalize on Marshall's good start there with a good shot. But you see, it goes just a little bit high, and the pin comes off the wall, tickles the 6, but it just doesn't have enough to knock it over. So,
well, Parker had 6 single pin taps in his last singles match, so his strike ratio was pretty low.
Yeah, so he's been around the pocket. He feels pretty comfortable about what he's doing. He feels very confident in his line that he's playing to the pocket. So It's just a question of getting the ball to go through the pins to face up the right way, which has been the difference maker for the Europeans. They have found the way to pick up those strikes, which, you know, 30 pins each frame is huge in the world bowling scoring format.
Absolutely massive, yeah. And when you say it's a carry contest, as we say, that's the phrase we use, isn't it?
And Barrett takes them all away.
Another great shot from Dom. 30 for the third frame there. As you said, Cass, we talk about the carry, but that's part of the beauty of this sport. You have to find a way as the athlete to navigate that ball with the angles to get him to go through the pins so that you carry. So obviously the players are hitting the pocket, but it's now under their control to find a way to utilize all the skill sets that they have, whether it's a little bit extra hit at the bottom, a little bit of rotation, a speed adjustment, an angle adjustment. That's the beauty of this sport.
Needs a strike here, Bohn the third.
Better answer from Parker. Yeah, better answer from Parker, and we're all even through 3 frames.
Well, that'll certainly make Parker feel better, won't it? Slightly light hit and a late tap on the 7, but it's gone.
Yeah, the 4-pin comes off the wall, gets a little bit better angle there. That's not as deep as into the pocket. And as you said, Cass, slaps the 7. So Stu with a chance to pick up another 30 and keep the pressure on the Americans.
Working on 3 in a row here.
That's left, guys.
Oh, he takes them all.
I mean, right on the head pin. I said it was left off his hand, and yeah, maybe Lucky Larson stepped up on the lane there and rubbed off a little bit on the beef stew there, but you'll see it. It's left off his hand, goes right through the head pin. We call it the can opener. I mean, that's just an incredible break for the Europeans. And when things are going bad, guys, for the other team, it's like
it's a nail in the coffin almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like throwing a cinder block right on top of you when you're trying to swim.
Parker Bohn the third looked across at him as if to say, I can't believe you're celebrating that.
Unbelievable. And there you go. I tell you what, that's the crazy thing with our sport. Marshall, that was not that bad of a shot. A little bit high in the head pin, right? A little bit high in the head pin, but because of the aggressiveness of the bowling ball, it dives through it. Usually that's supposed just to leave the 4-pin, but as Cass mentioned earlier in the in these shows, these new pins sometimes are really hard to knock over and leaves the 4-6. That's unfortunate for the U.S.
Yeah, it was pretty much an unbelievable lead, wasn't it? It certainly couldn't be spared by Parker.
No, when you throw a shot like that, which is that close to striking, you're hoping for a 4-pin. Obviously, it was a little high, so he was hoping just for the 4-pin. But when the 6 stand, and as you said, that's a very difficult spare to make.
Yeah, and absolutely cruel, really, wasn't it?
Here's an opportunity for Dom to, again, put the heat back on the Americans and keep the Europeans in the lead.
There's a little smirk on his face as he walked up to pick up his ball. And there'll be an even bigger smile now. It's 4 in a row.
That was right of target, guys. That's why Dom's reaction was obviously very surprised, but he looked a little softer with his ball speed. So because Dom is able to do so many tricks with his hand, you see that's definitely right of target. It comes off the spot, and it was able to do the damage. You see he's obviously very pleased with the reaction. Marshall's going, I can't believe that ball hooked.
Well, look at Stuart. He's out of his seat, and they're smiling and high-fiving all the way, aren't they?
It's a better shot from Marshall there. Very similar to the last shot. Now, Wayne, that's what we thought he would leave on the last shot, just a 4-pin. And, yeah, Marshall's going to have to find a way here to get some strikes together because it doesn't look like Barrett and Williams are going to slow down here, does it?
Tim, we're on the halfway stage already. And look at the difference in the score.
It's certainly going to be a daunting task for these guys to try to make a comeback in this game. As I said earlier, I thought this was a must-win situation for USA.
He's really been suffering, though, hasn't he, the American captain?
I think he's frustrated. I've been in this position before. They're down 32 pins here, but again, it's about strikes. They've only got 2 more strikes, the Europeans, than the Americans right now. If the Americans can finish the second half of the game, and finish strong with a couple of strikes, they can certainly get back into this game. But they're going to need some help from the Europeans.
And can Williams make it 5 in a row? It's a good one. It's a good one. What a words, and it certainly was.
Stewie talking to us up here, guys.
Well, Tim, you said the Americans need a bit of help from the Europeans. There is no way that Dom and Stu are going to help out by throwing the errant shots. Absolutely rips the rank. Fantastic shot there. Carries all 10 right through the back of the deck.
Yeah, as you said, Cass, when you execute a shot like that, like Stu did, he has obviously made the change, just made a better, executed a better shot. had the perfect result, 10 back in the pit.
That's a great response, though.
Yep, and Marshall, you can hear him say, he says that's a little better. So, listen, still in the match. Obviously, they're down 32 pins, 4 big frames to go. There's still 120 pins out there if you're able to strike out, because it's 30 pins per frame. So there's 120 pins out there, so anything can happen. And we've seen in this scoring format, which has been the really exciting thing, is even though it looks like a team's out to a big lead, if you can find a way to strike coming down the stretch, you put yourself in position to win points.
It's a big 30 every time you strike, absolutely.
Yeah, 6 in a row.
Now, did you hear Dom there? He says, uh-oh, because he knows that was left off his hand. You know, it would be great to know the numbers where that break point was. We've got Spectro, we've got this computer analysis out in the lanes, and that for sure is left of target. I mean, that's got to be a good 4 or 5 left of target to the last shot. But when you're as good as Dom Barrett and you can do the tricks you can at the bottom, you make the athletic adjustment at the bottom. Sometimes your body just overtakes itself because it knows it's going to miss left, and it does a little trick with his hand. And there's a messenger.
Yes, well, Bob Parker gets the messenger hit on the 7 pin, and he really needed a strike for his own confidence.
Yeah, it's keeping them honest, too. It keeps the Americans honest, or keeps the Europeans honest. Watch the head pin come off the wall, guys. It comes in behind the head pin, flies off the wall. That means his angle through the pins is good, because when the messenger is hitting the pin, that means he's got the right angle for the good carry.
All they can do is strike and hope that the Americans, they're not flinching at the moment, Barrett and Williams. But they do now. And there's that hope I was talking about.
Listen, it's about strikes, right, guys? It's 4 to 6 strikes. They're going to have an open each. All of a sudden, this has just turned into a ball game possibly here. So now here we have it.
It's a 2-4-8-10. It's almost the impossible split, isn't it?
Well, it's a very difficult one, that's for sure. You got to get the ball over and try to slide the pins into the corner. There's just so much oil down lane there that you got to get on the other side. But not getting the wood there. And look at this. USA now can strike and only be down 10 pins with 2 frames to go.
It's just amazing what difference an open frame and a strike does make.
Big shot this, though, for Marshall Kent.
Marshall's up right now, guys, and you know, out of the players that have their thumb in it, he certainly has the highest rev rate out of all the players. He's up into the 550s. We got great analysis from Spectro there, Specto, excuse me. 550 is an incredible amount of revolutions on a bowling ball, guys. And let's see if he can do the damage here.
He can.
Huge, absolutely huge. You see that ball spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and that's just the strength and the wrist rotation of Marshall at the bottom, and power personified right there. Dead perfect in the pocket, 10 back, and you know he's going to like it. See the eyes get open? They get bigger and bigger and bigger. We got a 2-frame shootout, guys.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a big shot from Stewie here.
Yeah, really need to get back on the
That's left.
strike trail again.
Left again. So here's the scenario. With a spare cast, it puts him at 217, doesn't it? Right?
227.
Oh, sorry, 226. Sorry, that's right, 19.
Yeah, 226.
So the Americans can then come up and strike and take the lead into the 10th frame.
It's just amazing, isn't it? But a unique scoring system that allows this.
No doubt, no doubt. But it's about strikes, guys, right? We've got 5 strikes to 6 strikes. So if the USA comes up, it matches their strike total. They each have 2 spares. They each have an open. It's a 1-pin match. Wow.
And there is that scorecard that was looking so rosy until the open frame
Just
for
like
Barrett
that.
and Williams.
Wow, just like that. Shot of the tournament, guys. Must strike. Has to have it. Oh,
Doesn't make it. Can you believe that?
Are you kidding
He's
me?
down on one knee. Unbelievable. It was a great looking shot for 4 strikes in a row, and it just didn't carry.
Holy cow. Oh, dead high flush into the pocket. The head pin goes off the wall and lays in front of it.
Tim, we got a tied match in the 9th. It's going to be a 1-ball shoot in the 10th.
Lays in front of it. Are you kidding me? Parker, oh, look at Marshall.
Look at the 2 reactions. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
they're
Just
both-
shows what it means, this Weber Cup.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, no, can you believe that? Disaster for Marshall Kent and the USA, and that is pressure.
Wow. Are you kidding me coming down the stretch here? Wow.
Isn't that just ridiculous, guys? I mean, there's 3 of us in the box here, and we nearly fell off our chairs.
Oh my God. Just a little bit late. Ball stays on his, flies off his hand and right in the gutter.
Just unreal, and the reaction on their faces.
Well, he's had his disasters this weekend, hasn't he, Marshall Kent? Such an up and down time for him, but that has to trump the lot.
This needs a spare to win. Any mark for the Europeans and they win.
That's it, it's all over.
Takes it away, it's point number 16 for the Europeans.
Chest bumping and everything. Wow. Hats off to the Europeans for figuring it out coming down the stretch there. Great shot from
An
Stu.
amazing turnaround, just an open frame in the 9th, and it's all over for the Americans.
Heartbreak again for Parker Bohn. Throws a great shot. Leaves an over the top 10 pin. Finishing up here with a strike. He'll shoot 236. And once again, the Europeans are just too good. 16-9.
It is proving a very, very difficult session for the USA. Poor Marshall Kent, what a horrible moment for him, but a pivotal, crucial moment perhaps in the Weber Cup. It's 16-9.